Hello! Today I am going to teach you about those warm and cool colors that we had mentioned last week when we started our landscape. Now behind me, I have one of my favorite things. It is the color wheel. Now the color wheel is a tool that we use as artists to determine the relationships between colors. For example, there are certain relationships called complementary, where you can tell that a color has that relationship because it's across from another color. But the color wheel is even easier than that because we can use it to determine the difference between warm and cool colors. And that difference is as simple as a line. Take a look at the color wheel while I get that line ready for you. If you take your color wheel and you put a line right here between yellow and yellow-green and on the other side of red-violet and violet, you have warm colors and cool colors. There's an even simpler color wheel that I can show you that breaks it down a little bit easier. This simple color wheel only has 6 of the rainbow colors, and we can put our ruler instead right here. Red, yellow, and orange are on one side, and green, blue, and violet are on the other. Warm, cool. Let's look at a big color wheel again. Warm, hot, and cool. So, remember, red, yellow, and orange are warm because they are the colors of fire. Now, yes, sometimes fire can have other colors as well, but when you think of it, it's almost always these warm fall, autumn colors, red, yellow, and orange. And these colors, our cool colors, are the colors of water. Think about the blue and the green and violet as being our cool colors that we can use. So let's go back over to the board where we've drawn our landscape. Let's move over here. And there's our landscape again. So, landscapes, you can make them, in real life they usually have a lot of colors, but in our project we're going to make them beautiful by choosing either warm colors or by choosing cool colors. And you can make a landscape work either way. If you choose to do, let's say you choose to do warm colors, and you're going to do a meadow. And your meadow normally has a blue sky and green grass, but you chose warm colors. Well, let's take a look at my warm color landscape. Is a cactus actually red? No, but does this still look cool and look good? Yes. And then let's take a look at the cool color side, because maybe you're doing a beach and you choose to have sand in your cool color beach. Well, I've got sand here. Is sand actually blue? No, but does it look good? Yes. So your beach can look cool even if your beach has blue sand. It's not about being exactly right. It's about doing what's right for your picture. Now there are colors that are a little bit tricky to figure out because they're not as easy as that simple color wheel I showed you. But that's why I have my big one. It helps us out with that. Let's say you want to figure out if brown is a warm or cool color. Let's try and find brown on the color wheel. There it is. This is brown. Bring you a bit closer. Brown on the color wheel is on which side? It's on the warm side. So that makes brown a warm color. Now related, if you're asking about peach, any of these colors, they're related to orange. That makes them a warm color. What about pink? Well, pink pink, there it is related to red. So that makes pink a warm color. And then all of these colors, light blue, light violet, light green, dark blue like navy, dark green, those are cool colors. And that brings me to an important point. That point is called neutrals. So let's go back to the board. I need to clear it off first. There are some colors that aren't warm or cool at all. And that's because they don't show up on that color wheel that I showed you. Those colors are called neutral colors. And honestly, these aren't even colors technically. Now, those neutral colors are black, white, and then do you know what black and white make when they mix together? They make gray. So black, white, and gray are the three neutral colors. Our warm colors, let's review them again because it's super important to know. Red, orange, and yellow. And then our three main cool colors are blue. Oh, that's hard to see. Let me see if I can find a darker one for you. Green and violet. Okay? Now, don't forget that their friends are related. And let me explain why. If you add a neutral color, black or white, to one of these colors, it's going to stay cool or warm. So if you add white to blue and you make light blue, it's still cool. If you add white to red and you make light red or pink, it's still warm. If you add the white to orange and you make tan, it's still warm. If you add black to a color, like you add blue and black and make navy, that's still cool. If you add blue and violet and make dark violet, that's still cool. If you add, black and violet. If you add black and orange and you make brown, that's still warm. So adding a neutral color to one of these won't change it. That's important to know as you're doing your project. If you want to color with pink, you better be doing a warm project. And then there's one other tricky thing. Sometimes colors have names that are in between. Like if you look at a crayon, I've actually got a crayon box that I can show you with this. So we've got our crayons here, and we have, if you read them, violet, red violet, and blue violet. Now we learned about these in second grade when we talked about tertiary colors. You might have forgotten, and that's all right. And I've gone ahead and colored them on this paper. Now, violet is made out of red plus, do you remember? Blue. Red and blue makes violet. Violet's a cool color because it's on the cool side of the color wheel. So this one in the middle, we know it's cool. But here's the thing. And so we also know that blue-violet, definitely cool. But the question is, what about red-violet? Is red-violet cool? Well, a lot of art teachers will have different answers. And honestly, I think that it's okay if you use red-violet either way, in either project. I won't be mad. But here's a fun way to think about it. Red-violet is violet, which is a cool color, plus one extra red, which is a warm color. Now, how many reds do we have? 2. And how many blues? Only 1. So there's more warmth in that color than there is coolness. You have the same question when you're dealing with yellow-green, which I would argue that it is a warm color. But again, that question really ends up being up to you and up to the project and up to what looks best. So you're going to draw a landscape. If you didn't already draw it last week, draw your landscape and then pick, are you doing warm colors or cool colors? And here's a good technique. I recommend using crayons or colored pencils for this project, and I want you to take out all of the ones of the type you're using. If you've decided to do a cool color project, take out all these colors and all your neutrals, because guess what? You can use black, white, and gray anywhere you want in your project. They count as both. So if you're doing a cool color project, get all your cool, get all your neutral, and put it together. If you're doing a warm color project, get out all your reds, your yellows, your oranges, all your browns and pinks, and get out all your neutrals, your blacks, white, and gray. Put the other colors away. That way, you're not tempted. Because if you're doing warm, I don't want to see any green cacti. If you're doing cool, I don't want to see any brown sand. Try and stay within your category, and you'll be impressed how amazing your landscape turns out. I can't wait to see your project. Feel free to send me pictures if you want. Bye-bye.